looks like Elgato's isn't being recorded. Why is that? Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. It's working. My bad. What is up, everybody? So, we are going to be starting my absolute favorite game of all time tonight, Mass Effect 2. It improved on the first by a great deal. It feels longer. I don't know if it actually is or not, but it is just. It's a lot of fun. Great cast of characters. Like, some of the best companions are introduced in this game. Freaking, the story is so good and it tells the story, or expands upon the original story to the point that it's what the first game was probably all being an epilogue to. This is this is a good meat of the story. So, hope everybody's enjoying that. I will be having food in a little bit. I don't know when it'll get here, but we'll just take a break for a second. I'm not gonna. I won't kill the stream because I want to keep the recording together. I'll just edit it later. But yeah, so we are going to start this. I'm gonna have to adjust the music and sound levels once we get inside, so I can see what it looks like on OBS. But yeah, hope everybody's excited. Looks like everything's good over here. Hopefully all my DLC is working. It's, for some reason, half the time when I turn this game on, it doesn't see a DLC here or there. Sometimes it doesn't see all of them, and I have to reinstall everything like I did this morning. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Everything looks good down here, though. Moment of truth. Loading. Extras. Alright, it's all there. So, most of this stuff is fluff. Like, that's fluff. That's an actual little mission. That's a companion. That's armor. So, fluff, fluff, fluff. Those are missions. These are just like alternate costumes that because the way the gear and weapons work in this game, it's to the point where you pick 2 guns or you pick 3 guns depending on how many you want to carry, and that's your loadout. And you have a gun. You don't upgrade it. You don't change it. You have a gun. And same thing with appearances. You don't have different armors. You can just have them have their story appearance or another appearance. Kasumi also is a companion, and each companion has a mission that goes along with it too, which we're going to be doing everything in this game. There is a few things that we won't be doing on stream that I'll just save. Luckily, nothing ever forces you into it. There's a lot of resource gathering in this game. It's not annoying. It's just long and tedious, I should say. I'm about to say it's not tedious, and it kind of is. But, I mean, and you find missions while you're doing it, but you're not forced into them. So I'll just farm off screen or off stream, and then we'll have basically it's just to upgrade the ship so you don't die. That's a weapon. Those are weapons. That's a really good mission that has long-lasting repercussions. That's armor, I think. Weapons. That is the best DLC next to the endgame DLC for Mass Effect 3. More appearances. This is the prologue to Mass Effect 3. And so it's weird. The game gives this to you halfway through this game. Like, not even near the end. And if you go and do it, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you're kind of spoiling the ending a little. It spoils the ending of the game a little bit. So basically, you don't want to do this game until you've done everything else. You can keep playing after you've beaten the game, so long as you survive. And this is nice for people that haven't played the first game. You could just start a Mass Effect Genesis, and it's a 15-minute interactive thing that lets you pick a lot of the major beats of the first game. So like if I just wanted to start in it, but I wanted to do Renegade instead, I pick this. I won't have any of my small little things which can transfer into this, but it works anyway. But now that that is done, also, this is one of the few games that I have 1,000%ed. Where is it? Is it the official club? Progress. Yeah. The 1355 out of 1355. It was the first major game that I 1,000, because I've 1,000 pointed the Lego games, but I really don't consider those special. This one is, I had to freaking, where is it? Had to beat the DLC on on Insanity, and I had to beat the what's that? Where is it? Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Yeah. Oh, long service medal. Here, one, you have to beat the game twice, period, or with an import from Mass Effect 1, which is what we're doing tonight. Yeah, there's complete the game on Insanity without changing the difficulty. Last achievement I got, but I did it. It's actually, this one's not like this, and 3 aren't that bad. You just have to use the right weapons and the right companions. 1 is the annoying one because it's beating an RPG on hard. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go to sound. Oh yeah, turn music down, sound effects down, dialogue will leave at 90. That's about where we had it before. Yeah, put that. Yeah, that should be good. 50, 50, 90, and 20. Graphics, brightness, film grain is on. What is this? Default, cool. And that's just, gameplay. And we'll be playing on casual because I want a story. This difficulty is intended for players who are not experienced with shooters or are more interested in the story. I am of the latter. So, but yeah, this just makes you stronger, your enemy stronger, and enemies weaker. So it just makes the game like, oh look, cardboard cutout. You can still die if you're not paying attention, but it works. As I said in the first game, never use auto level up. It never does, especially in this game when you get respecs in this game finally, but it costs a resource, and it's, I don't know. You have to do it in your ship, and it gets more expensive every time you do it. The kind of things, it discourages you from respecking. Subtitles, yes. Quad power uses, yeah. No. This is, yeah, because autosave, yes. On like normal or hard, or like the harder difficulties, I would choose no, just because you want to be a little more tactical in how everyone uses their powers. And if you need to have someone use Carnage and they've just used it on a little mob when you were going to use it on the boss, you kind of want to use it yourself. So auto level up off, and have that off if you're not playing on easy. Alright, I think we're ready. New game. Import Mass Effect 1 character. Yes. Here we go. Alright. Oh, and it only sees the one I've just made. Yeah, you should do that. Turn the dashboard on my phone so that it doesn't go to sleep. Awesome. Okay. Class, soldier, origin, spacer, reputation, war hero. 19 hours, 38 minutes was what that was. What I thought it was closer to 22. I was wrong. And last played 9/11. And it can't be no. I feel like the month is off. Because that should, if that was a 10, that'd be right. And it's definitely not September. Whatever, it's the right level. and it'll tell me what my choices were. Here we go. Roll credits. Oh. Okay. And just going in the game options one more time. Continue. Name, Arya Shepherd. Rank, 55. Soldier, Paragon, because obviously good guy. Rex survived. Ashley was killed on Murmire. And I saved the council. These are essentially the big story beats that you have to hit. And it's what Genesis will go through. I think Genesis does a few other smaller ones, but these are like Council, Ashley, and Rex. Because those are 3 very important story beats. But everything looks right to me. EA presents. It's cool, son.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for. Saving the Citadel, even saving the Council. Humanity has the trust of the entire galaxy. And still, it's not enough.
Our sacrifices have earned the Council's gratitude, but Shepard remains our best hope.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth! We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
They also got the money for people in this game, too.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero.
Damn right I am.
But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
I'm that important, huh? At least somebody respects it.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
Yeah, we got Yvonne shot. Oh, 1 month after the devastating Geth attack on the Citadel, the galactic community struggles to rebuild. The Alliance fleet has made tremendous sacrifices to save the Citadel Council and earn humanity's membership in their prestigious group. Now the Council is forced to respond to the evidence of the Reapers. Blah, 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 blah. To quell the rumors, Council sent Commander Shepard to wipe out all the Geth. And that's what we're doing right now. Pretty shit. Game sounds really quiet now.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are
Sees
engaged.
us.
There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Oh shit. Presley!
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down.
Crewman!
Hull breaches! Weapons offline! Somebody get that fire out!
Oh shit. Waifu!
Shepard!
Took my hair on my ponytail.
Distress beacon is ready for launch. Will the Alliance get here in time?
Oh yeah. Once we can
The Alliance won't abandon us. We just need to hold on. Get everyone onto the escape shuttles. Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
No time to argue.
need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker. Shepard, Liara, go. Now.
Like, I gotta work. Like, this isn't time for feelings. Like, shit is going bad.
Everybody in! Go, go, go!
Dead crewman. See, that's a poor design for a escape pod launching system. What if that shield can't be opened and it's damaged? Do you just shoot through the hole? Do you explode? Poorly designed. Like, escape pods should have clear access to just go. And a manual way to do it too. Alright. The music is actually kind of... Yeah. Alright. Let's leave that... journal. Prologue. Save Joker. And that's all. Alright. That's all we can do. My ship's on fire! No one's there.
We've suffered heavy damage from an unknown enemy.
Not going that way.
Come on, baby, hold together. Hold together.
Oh, and we are venting it. Oh, yeah, we vented atmosphere bad. Well, this game is really dark. Hold on. Let's do +5. See how that looks. Ugh. The contrast is pretty bad. You know, maybe if I turn the film grain off, it'll look better. Yeah, that looks better. Yep, film grain's nice, but we don't need it. All this... Joker. I love that I'm back in my normal N7 armor, too. We gotta go, Joker.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
Don't.
The Normandy's lost. Go
We've
and
lost
yell
the ship,
at
Joker.
change that.
This is your captain saying that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up. They're coming around for another attack.
Well, that's not very nice of them. Well, what's left to explode? They're just cutting the ship in half at this point.
Ah, watch the arm.
Eh, your armor will heal. If you die, you won't. Shepard, no! Get out of here, Joker.
Shepard!
That's an order. Boom! Ow. And I'm venting atmosphere. Getting spaced is a hell of a way to go, especially when your atmosphere is just slowly venting out at the back of your suit. Oh, I'm very badly damaged. And I'm falling towards a planet. Welcome to Mass Effect 2. Imagine my surprise when I first played this. But that can't be the end of Shepard, can it?
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
That heart looks like it's seen better days. Oh my, look at my bones. They can rebuild us. They can make us stronger. Nanomachines. All right, and now we take control of the rebuilding process. So this is how they explain you being able to recreate what your character looks like in the second game. You've essentially died. Yep, Cloud Games. And they basically have to rebuild you from scratch. So I could do that, but if I do that, there's a chance that the game won't see the save file in 3. So I'm going to do a custom appearance. Cycle presets. Which hairstyle shall I go with this time? One with the high bun before. So that's what I went with last time. But this is different Shepard. This is Shepard that's died. Let's go back to the red that she's supposed to be. There's the red. I forgot what eyebrows I had. But they should be red as well. Can't be mixing it up. Alright, accept that. Facial structure. New. I don't know if that was the same thing. Nope. Vampire Shepherd. That looks good. Neck thickness. Her head is really high. Face size. I don't know. She shouldn't be gaunt, but there we go. And cheeks were in. That's super strong cheekbones. Should be about right there. There. And no. Gaunt. Can't tell from the sides. What does it look like head on? Oh, just yeah. Alright, right about there. Ear size. You know, I'm not digging the hair. I've gone with this one before. No, I think I will. Good. I think I will again. Yeah, going with that one. Less scraggly. All right, eyes should be green. Yeah, but not the green I started with. Actually, that green. Yeah. Brow height, brow depth. That's good. Nope. Let's do eye height. Yeah. Why didn't you do the ears? That's right. I remember I had her ears kind of flat against the head. Just do. Oh, it's not size. It's just It's only size. She had about halfway ears. Alright, eyes at top of the ears. Eye width. No. Alright, there. Eye depth. Where are we at? There we go. And did the brow. Alright. Jaw time. Chin height. No, she had, yeah, kind of a narrow chin. not done yet. Chin width. Yeah, she had a pointed chin. And her jaw was about right there. Yeah, that works. Mouth. Mouth height. So one of the things we would do when just to have fun, just you raise the mouth height and it just makes you look like But no. That looks weird. Mouth shape. Same goes. The body animations are a little bit better than the first game, so you can pick one that has a smile and it won't look weird. Whereas in the first one, it just over exaggerated actual smile. That's not a bad one. Yeah, let's do that. Nah. It's already a wide mouth. Phone will be here in 10, or my food will be here in about 10 minutes, which is perfect. Mouth width. Nah. Lip size. Tiny lips. Yeah. Nose. Alright. She had an upward. Yeah, that one. No, it was that one. It was more of that one. Wasn't pointing out. Oh, but she had a shallow. Oh, no. There we go. That looks good. Alright. Makeup. No blush. Lips, though. Let's go with the first one. Yeah. Eyeshadow color. Let's go with... That one's not bad. The blue works. The blue's good with the red. Let's go with that. Alright. So this is our shepherd for the game. Little bit different, but can't unless I import it directly. I will be able to import this directly into 3 though, so that'll be nice. And it'll keep most. I think I could change my hair, which would be nice, but I think that's about it. Yeah, you do get the choice to adjust it a little bit because there's a lot more hair color choices in 3rd game. Confirm selection, and here you can also change your class. So they changed everything except for the soldier. Soldier's pretty much. You basically get a power and a secondary power and an ability and a bunch of different weapons you can use for each. So like soldier can't use sniper rifles, I don't think. They can only use oh no, the soldier can use but like infiltrator can only use sniper, heavy pistol, and submachine gun. Vanguards can only use shotguns, pistols, and SMG. Sentinels can only use pistols and SMGs. And it's basically, it narrows down what you need. So I'm going to go with soldier. And because I've beaten this game, I have, by getting the achievement for each companion, you unlock their special to be used as your secondary ability, which you can change throughout the game, but it costs a resource. But Slam is Slam, or where is it? Do I not have it? I have Reeve. I thought Warbound. Maybe it's not in this game? I thought it was. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the 3rd game. Yep, never mind. Slam is the best. Slam is an amazing biotic ability that Miranda has, I believe. There is one better ability in the 3rd game, which you won't get unless you have the DLC for the 3rd game. But it's worth it. But we're going to be going with Slam. So... let's go and start this up, and then we'll just pause it when my food gets here. Yes, I won't. I won't be able to change anything.
Reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of her surroundings.
Is that Spike?
I think she's waking up.
Damn it, Watson. She's not ready yet. Give her the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity.
I was just dead, and now I'm not dead.
Cells pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
She's freaking out.
Now.
I'm freaking out, man.
Heart rate dropping. Staff falling back in the normal range.
Man.
Wake up, Commander.
Here we go. So yeah, because they basically had to rebuild your entire body and your skin, that's what the cracks are for.
Facility is under attack. Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack. There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry!
It also makes sense that her hair wouldn't be like in a bun or a ponytail at this point, because, you know.
Pistol and armor from the locker. You don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon.
So look at all this stuff I get for starting the game. Or 190 Paragon points right off the bat. All that, Element 0, Platinum. This is for hitting level 50. You would get even more if you hit 60. Start with like 750,000 credits. And I start at level 3. Or start at level... Yeah, start at level 3, so I have all these points. So you get Adrenaline Rush, which essentially it's slow-mo time. It's a good ability. Useful. Combat. This is your basically how you choose your specialty class, and each of these is how many points you need to put into it. So this costs 1, this costs 2, this costs 3, this costs 4. You also have just bullets and ammo now, but you could change them to electric bullets or incendiary bullets depending on what the need arises, or cryo if that's your thing. Concussive shot is just like a like hit. And like I said, Adrenaline Rush is that. But, so yeah, I'm already halfway through the first Paragon thing because of I getting max Paragon in the first game, which I think is great. Storm Speed is whenever you see that on gear and stuff, that's your sprint. So it basically makes you sprint faster. And this is also how you get your Paragon and stuff points up. So we'll do this. 2, and I can't do anything else. So we'll move on. Sure, Codex. Mark all those views. There we go. We'll do a hard save right here, in just in case anything happens. Oop. Alright, so now I have armor and a gun.
Pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from. To keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
So yeah, this game is very much more shooter. We got the cover, we got ammo and reloads, we got slow-mo times. They basically took... Yeah, Miranda, I hear you. And now, bullets.
Looks like they set up a barricade to try holding the mechs off. Look out!
Engaging target.
So this is... It's same left bumper opens up your weapon wheel, and right bumper does this. So now you could... Not only can you map your Y ability, but now you could also map your tap shoulder abilities. So I could tap to have Disruptor on and tap to use Slam. So now my shoulders, it basically makes it more... you can also do this to your companion's abilities too. So it, I think it makes it on left and right. So like if you want to just do concussion without going to this menu, if you have like Garrus with you or something, you push right on the D-pad, it'll do that ability instead. But whoop,
Proximity.
Keep moving. We need to get you to the shuttle.
that's why. And The more guns you have, the slower your recharge is. So generally, I just like to keep. Oh no, that's the third game. Never mind.
Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your. Don't take any chances. Stay in cover while you take out those mechs.
Pop. Someone's gonna come out from right there. Also, all reload.
Nice work, Shepard.
Very shooter-esque. Aim for their weak points, they blow up. Like this is where I think I said this in in Mass Effect 1, whereas Mass Effect 1 is an RPG with shooter mechanics. Mass Effects 2 and 3 are totally a shooter with RPG mechanics.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long.
Ew, that guy looks like it's a bad time. Was there something else? Oh wait, saw something. Something else was on the screen. Ah, whatever.
More reinforcements hit.
Heavy.
The mechs. Use the grenade launcher to take them out.
So yeah, and your heavy ammo is essentially charged
Elevator down.
at or it's your ammo resets every time you do a mission, like, and you go back and forth to the ship. Your heavy ammo doesn't, but you only have that many hits. So like I only have 3 grenade shots left, and your heavy ammo share through all your heavy weapons.
Hurry. Get to the door. Run.
Run!
You're doing great, Shepard.
Uh oh.
Shepard, read me. I've got them closing in on my position.
Oh, my food's here. Thank you.
Your job is to pick up all those socks.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. They can
Is that what they call it?
nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners.
They want to make a
produce
kid.
their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors.
I wonder if that means that they, in the maiden stage, they can't have a kid. I wonder if that's the case. Like, if Liara, because Liara is only 106, she can't have a kid at her point in life. But if she, I don't know, just a weird thing. It's hilarious.
The second species to join the Citadel, the Solarians, are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Solarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. Unfortunately, their metabolic speed leaves them with a relatively short lifespan. Solarians over the age of 40 are a rarity. The Solarians
pretty crazy.
are responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species to use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellions several centuries later. Solarians are known for their observational capability and non-linear
They're good
thinking.
spies.
This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they are letting on.
Fair idea.
Roughly
Turians.
1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space. They make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces.
They're good at it.
As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain.
Basically, like,
if the other
we could destroy all you guys, but it would make our lives really hard.
democratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
Now that we've built an awesome ship together. Protheans.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only space.
This is some recap from the last game.
Galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and
if you
expand throughout the galaxy.
watched the first game, the Reapers actually made all that.
Galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kaje, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
I have a lot of personal experience with that, and I won't get into.
In the early
Batarians.
1960s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In
We did it faster.
2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skyllian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems.
Orphan sounds familiar. We either go there at some point in this game or the second game. I'm not sure. Then we got the Elcor.
The Elcor are a citadel species native to the high-gravity world.
One of my favorite races, and
They
my
are
sister's
massive
favorite
creatures,
race.
standing on four muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor moves slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and sub-vocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic,
Kind of like the way
amused,
HK-47 would declare what he would say.
High gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys.
Then we got the Geth.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society.
I wonder why.
They possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth's space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
And I think that's all that we'll do for right now. So I finished most of my food. We'll get back to the game. So yeah, we got the Hanar Quarian, Rogue Quarians, Reapers, Volus. We got the Citadel Inspectors. Element Zero.
When
This is
subjected to an electrical current, the rare material
coolest
dubbed
sci-fi tech I've
Element
ever seen.
Zero, or EZO, emits a dark energy field that raises or lowers the mass of all objects within it. This
Awesome.
mass effect is used in
Roll
countless
credits.
ways, from generating artificial gravity to manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel. EZO is generated when solid matter, such as a planet, is affected by the energy of a star going supernova. The material is common in the asteroid debris that orbits neutron stars and pulsars. These are dangerous places to mine, requiring extensive use of robotics, telepresence, and shielding to survive the incredible radiation from the dead star. Only a few major corporations can afford the setup costs required to work these primary sources. Humanity discovered refined Element Zero at the Prothean Research Station on Mars, allowing them to create Mass Effect fields and develop FTL travel.
So basically, that's how, like, the Mako worked, how faster than light. Because the reason Mass Effect affects the mass of an object, and why that's important to faster than light travel, is because by the current theory of relativity, the faster you get to the speed of light, the more your mass becomes, and upon reaching the speed of light, your mass becomes infinite. That can't happen. So, which is why faster than light travel right now is impossible with current technology. But Element Zero can create the Mass Effect field, which is distributed either in the bubble or across the surface of an object, like an engine or a ship. And by creating the Mass Effect field around, say, a ship, it can now move really fast. One, by reducing its mass and making it lighter to go through space, but also to counteract the mass increase that it would naturally receive upon going towards the speed of light. And so by changing that, you can get closer. You can go to faster than the speed of light, but to the rest of the world, you're still just normal, and it lets you come out. Basically, it's the more current you put into it, the heavier it gets. The less current you put into it, the lighter it gets. So I love how Element Zero works.
Elements.
Yeah. And Medgel. But we have a job to do.
Hostile forces have engaged.
What's we got here?
Progress is slow, but subject shows signs of recovery. Major organs are again functional, and there are signs of rudimentary neurological activity. In an effort to accelerate the process, we've moved from simple organic reconstruction of the subject to biosynthetic fusion. Initial results show promise.
So my organs are not my original organs, but they probably all died anyway.
Log update. The cost of this project is astronomical. Over 4 billion credits so far. But nobody seems to care that we've gone over budget. I don't know where the boss gets all his money. Maybe it's better not to know. I just wish he'd kick a little more in my direction once in a while.
Sounds a little resentful. Alright, so the hacking's different now too. And I honestly like it better than just the button combinations. It's more puzzle-esque. So yeah, this one, highlights of individual nodes, matching symbols. So you have to do 4 combos, and you have that timer at the top to do it. So clamps, Ball, ball. Arrow, arrow, arrow. Tootsie Roll, and clamps. So yeah, clamps, ball, arrow, and Tootsie Roll. That's how I've memorized the... And if you fail, you fail. There's no going back, because there's no Omni Gel to just slap on. If you fuck it up, you've missed it. So don't miss it. Alright, so we went that way. Going this way. Hey, buddy. Oh. There's nothing I can do. Hi.
Log update. I can't figure Miranda out. As project director, she should be ecstatic at all the progress we've made. But she's still the same old Ice Queen. Maybe she's worried Shepard might become the new favorite. Or maybe she is just a pure cold-hearted bitch.
Not a very nice thing to say about your boss.
Shepard, what the hell?
Seemed like you used some help.
What are you doing here? I thought you were still a work in progress.
Who are you?
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for...
Hostiles detected.
It's Kanye.
Damn it!
It's not actually Kanye, but he looks like Kanye.
Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around.
He's a lot more likable than Kanye. I'll say that. Why are they attacking us?
What's with the mechs?
Security. Usually they fight for us. Somebody must have hacked them. That should be impossible, unless you've got access. We've got to get you out of here, Shepard.
I need to know some things real
I know
quick.
this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time. Welcome back to your life.
2 years?
I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
The
you were
Alliance
dead.
officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
What about my crew?
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day.
Fair.
We're on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
Whee! Alright, so now that I have Jacob on my team, I can set, let's see, that to right or left, and just...
Got it!
Boop.
Falling back.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
I love the streamline of the combat in this game.
What do you want to know?
Alright. First, let's go back to my... Hi, guys. I mean, you can get closer to each other. I don't bite. It's fine. We'll just stand across the bridge and stare at each other. You know, not that big a deal.
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion. But everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know where they are?
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
I'd like to find them.
They were my team. They knew I was alive. They'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
There's a lot of... I love this game. It's my favorite game. There's a lot of things like that, where I'm just not standing in my right spot. It happens. Or sometimes you'll be in a conversation and your character's just looking like this the entire time. Or it like moves back and then it goes back. Like, there's something about like where your character looks, like in the coding, that something goes wrong a lot. Most of the time it's funny. It doesn't really it can take you out of the experience, but it's more endearing to me at this point. But nothing to the point that it ruins a cutscene or whatever, because all the actual cutscenes are pretty well scripted. All right, How did I die?
He said they spent 2 years rebuilding me. How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
Like what?
What do you mean, cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still
Keeping
you.
that brain.
You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
I'm a cyborg.
Can you tell me about the project?
The $4 billion woman.
Test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. Best technology money could buy.
Do you know what's going on here?
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it? What they're after?
That's where I'm supposed to be
Damn if
standing.
I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
What about you?
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant, but I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
What about Miranda?
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
Didn't sound good.
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
Let's get going.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody
It's
still
Spike.
alive out there? Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get her out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Sounds like a plan.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this
I
bridge.
remember a Wilson checking on me one time when
Oh,
woke
I
up.
forgot.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly.
I'll
to
overlap
Miranda.
if I go too
Come on.
quickly.
Service tunnels are this way.
Alright, so now he's in my squad, and now I believe I can, yes, upgrade him. So, this is his ability, like, character, or class bar. This doesn't unlock until you beat their loyalty mission, which is their specific story mission, which all of them are really good in this game. So, the companion ones or the DLC ones are longer just because they're DLC. But let's just do two. No, undo. One. Should I do 2 and 2? Yeah, let's do 2 and 2. So yeah, and the same deal. If you leave the screen after you put points in, they're locked in. So it's just like the first game in that regard. But you can also respec in this game, so it's not the end of the world.
Charge him up! Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Moving to point. Wilson, find us another route out of here. Preferably one that doesn't lead straight in.
Oh, God. They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh, God. I'm hit! They shot me!
So yeah, you have a health bar and a shield bar in this game, and that's about it.
Shepard! Down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
I remember you.
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. We talk about this after we fix my leg.
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station on the wall.
So Metagel, you get it's pretty much the same, and it'll always revive or not revive.
He needs help.
But you have to do it yourself. Like, where is it? Yeah. So you get Unity right off the bat in this one, and like it says, it revives any wounded or fallen squad member, and it's the more. I think there's a cap on how many Metagels you can use, but I can't remember it like off the top of my head. There we go. Easy peasy.
Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system.
Well, that's not very nice.
Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
I don't trust any of you yet.
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe and then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
She's also on the cover. She can't die.
There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead or she's a traitor.
I don't think she's a traitor. She did wake me up.
Then why did she wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay.
Maybe
maybe
she's not a traitor.
But that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few. We can overload the canisters.
And map that side. Whoosh.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Aha.
Okay, we took him down. But this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if she's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
Why the hell? Now, for those of you that don't remember, Cerberus was a rogue Black Ops Alliance unit that it was a Black Ops Alliance division that went rogue and separated and went and started doing their own thing. They were doing really creepy experiments, killing Alliance soldiers and civilians alike, using them to do weird. They were bad terrorists. They were bad people. So now they saved my life, and I've killed many of them.
I wiped out my share of Cerberus projects when I was a Spectre. Back then they were trying to kill me. Why the change of heart?
Those answers are way above my pay grade. But basically, things change. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back.
That's supposed to make me like you?
Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what.
You're up front. I appreciate that.
To the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Elusive man.
Elusive man. Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah. That's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
I'll never work. So, she's still a Boy Scout, but in Shepard's mind right now, it's either start a fight with everyone, or these people aren't trying to kill me right now, and they've been he flat out told me he was Cerberus, so I doubt he's going to try and backstab me. Doesn't feel that. Like, Jacob seems like a good guy.
Well, if I won't get any more answers here, let's get moving.
And he's like,
it's
we're
not
done.
Much farther to the shuttle bay.
Basically, Shepard has no reason to trust them, but she's not going to distrust Jacob at this point. So here's the other hacking minigame where it's basically just going to match the code at the top, and it's supposed to be hacking, movie hacking, but at least it visualizes it a little more fun and gamifies it. All right, where is it? Oh, there we go. What are you talking about? every text block has a notable, like, this one's more orange than everything else, and that's what I like go for. And the one before that had like a white line across the top, and so I would look for that one. And like the really sparse ones are easy to figure out because, you know, it's a practically empty block code.
Systems active. Critical system damage.
Move it. Yeah. Right.
Collision proximity warning. Backup systems engaged. Execution.
Oh god.
On it. Get over here. Moving to target.
Basically, and I'm not using my grenade launcher because it's not worth it. And the only heavy weapon I ever use is the rocket launcher because you get quite a few shots with it, and they seek. Well, kind of seek. They meander towards their target. But it's basically a good way to kill a boss real quickly. Is to just like, oh look, the boss. Shoot 3 rockets. Oh, it's dead. It works most of the time. Nope. Blue. And a purple. Where's the purple? Yeah, you don't want to touch the red blocks. And you do get 3 fuck-ups, so that's nice. Let's do the safe. We got clamps, Tootsie Roll, arrow, arrow, arrow. Ball, ball. Tootsie Roll, clamps, clamps. Also, you sometimes you can tell where they're at, like where its counterpart is at, based on its position on the breadboard, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it tricks you.
Test subject has been recovered, but the damage is far worse than we initially feared.
First report.
In addition to the expected burns and internal injuries from the explosion, subject has suffered significant cellular breakdown due to long-term exposure to vacuum and sub-zero temperatures. Despite the extent of the physical trauma, Wilson assures me subject is salvageable. The Lazarus project will proceed as planned.
Wilson was like, I don't think she's dead. Alright, let's get going. Anybody else in this room? Nope.
Come on,
Let's moving on.
We're almost at the Miranda, but you were
Dead.
What the hell are you doing?
Jacob's like, what the fuck?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have
She was
known
very
by now,
sure of
Jacob.
herself.
You say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get her to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
Sure is. Where are we?
Convenient that you show up as we're
Oh.
leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life?
Fair.
Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
Is there anybody else alive?
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
This is her Boy Scout.
The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
It's an interesting change of positioning on how people treat Shepard, but okay.
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
And if I don't want to go?
Not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
What about the Lazarus Project?
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
Don't like being used, but I would like to know why he's doing this, so let's go.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
It's a cool looking station. The shuttle. It has an FTL drive. And here's where it rehashes
Before
some
you meet
things.
with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda. More tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Did you say 2 years? Been gone that long?
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done.
It's still sinking in.
Start with
2
personal
fucking
history.
years.
Okay. Records show you were a spacer kid. Raised mostly on one ship or another. You enlisted and won a medal fighting Batarians during the Skillian Blitz. Do you remember that?
I had no choice. Had to protect everyone.
A lot of lives depended on me holding that position. Did what I had to.
However you want to put it, it was damn impressive. I had friends who were there. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost.
Satisfied.
Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
I had to make a choice between the 2 of them.
I left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many
Friend.
people as I could.
In
Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Saren. She died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
Shepard, think back to the Citadel, after the Alliance saved the Destiny Ascension and you killed Saren. What happened next?
I said Anderson should be the Humans Counselor.
Humanity was offered a spot on the council. I recommended Captain Anderson for the position.
Yes, Captain Anderson is now Counselor Anderson. Though from what I hear, he preferred life in the military.
Politics can be annoying.
Good to know that the Human Council member isn't going to put politics ahead of defense.
Your memory seems solid. There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills.
I am badass.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
So yeah, we're still technically in prologue, and there's one more like prologue-y mission.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Yeah, we can't talk to
Don't
anyone.
keep the elusive man waiting.
Yeah. Can I use this? I forgot. I can. So, this is essentially how you change all your armor and everything. So, casual appearance is what you'll look like when you're wearing on the ship. So, you have the default Cerberus suit. We have the Cerberus Captain armor. We have the Scavenger appearance. And then we have the more formal Captain outfit. I generally... like, this one's nice just because it's more tactical than the rest, but I generally, because I am Commander Shepard, captain of the ship, I generally go and do this one. But I think I'll switch it up and I'll do the more formal one. And as for armor, so you could choose your own, make your own, or you can use one of the pre-builts, and they all have their own abilities. So this is the Cerberus Assault Armor, the Blood Dragon Armor for having a DLC for, or a save file for the original Dragon Age, which I don't think you can get anymore. In this universe, the Blood Dragons are, what does it say? Urban Combat Championship leads. So basically, like, I think the way they've explained it is, it's kind of like MMA meets arena football. And we have this freaking monstrosity and Inferno armor. I don't wear any of these. I generally pick some, and so all these are really good, but I generally go with the ones that just increases weapon damage. So makes me look like a spy, but like these are just odd looking. Or you can just do no helmet. In 3, you're able to have no helmet as a just an option in cutscenes, which I appreciate, because in this one, in a lot of cutscenes, it'll be this. So, yeah, melee weapon damage. Yeah, shoulder guards. It just increased weapon damage. It's 3%. Let's do that one. Weapon damage by 3. Heavy ammo by 5%. So, and here's where you change the way it looks. So this is the different types of materials. And we have the first tint. Will I be Caboose or Sarge this playthrough? You know, I was Sarge last playthrough, so I'll be Caboose. So we're gonna go blue base with red trim? Yeah, red trim. And the pattern, camo looks awful. Let's do that one. So that's just a little more red to it. And pattern color will also be... Ooh, I like the dark red. Can I have this be the dark red? I can't have that be. Alright, so that's going to be the dark red. And that's what our armor is going to look like for a while. Then, once I get more damage ability armors, I'm going to switch to those. Just because it just makes killing things super easy. But yeah, so this is what Shepard's going to look like for a bit. Alright. You know what? I'm on easy. Let's just do no. This helmet will come on if we're in no atmosphere, but I'll have no helmet. I could take the damage hit. I like seeing her face. All right, let's go talk to this elusive man. I want a hollow call like that.
Commander Shepard.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You don't know me.
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
Skip the pleasantries, please.
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have
We pissed off the Reapers.
human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and Geth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
What's with Cerberus?
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why are you involved?
We're committed to the advancement and preservation of humanity. If the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
What about all these abductions?
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists have vanished. I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting.
A little
Nobody's
bit.
paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention. killed one of them.
Probably. Why don't we get the Alliance to
This
help
is
us?
a threat against humanity. You need to mobilize the Alliance.
They suffered substantial losses fighting Sovereign. Their rebuilding still stretched too thin to waste resources verifying the Reaper threat. Blaming the abductions on mercs and pirates is easy and more convenient.
Alright, then why me?
You could have trained an entire army for what you spent to bring me back.
You're unique, not just in ability or what you've experienced, but in what you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear. But
I did kill one.
They have to respect that.
Maybe I believe you.
If what you say is true, if the Reapers are behind this, I'd consider helping you.
I'd be disappointed if you accepted any of this without seeing for yourself. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
I'm supposed to trust them now?
Miranda killed Wilson in cold blood. Jacob's just a gun for hire. You expect me to trust them?
Wilson was one of my best agents, but he was a traitor. Miranda did exactly what I expected of her, and she saved your life.
So the Alliance doesn't want to do anything, Cerberus does.
Jacob's a soldier, one of the best. He's never fully trusted me, but he's always been honest about it. You'll be just fine with it. For now.
So, my reasoning for why Shepard doesn't really do an about face, where she's asking all the questions of like, why should I help you? And the reasons that he's presenting are, we're here to get the shit done, we believe you that the Reapers are real, and we have the ability to give you what you need to take them out. And the Alliance won't. So that's pretty much why Shepard does what she has to do. Plus, they brought her back to life, and there's this, in my headcanon, there's just part of her that's like, they did bring me back to life. And for the sole reason of doing what I've warned everybody else about. So, it's kind of like, you literally brought me back to do what I wanted to do. So.
What do you think I'll find there?
If I knew that, I wouldn't need to say.
Ooh.
Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Sounds familiar. Level 4. So, all those will just keep on going until they're all gone. Yeah. So investigate the colony. Investigate the missing colonists. Squad. We have 2 more points, so let's put it into... Let's put it in disruptor ammo so it'll unlock incendiary. Because gotta love the fire bullets. Clear the codex. Alright, now we can talk to everybody again too. Hey Miranda.
The elusive man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
And because Shepard is a good person, Miranda made me a cold bitch.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
Like, I'm extending the olive branch here.
We have to work together here. Your attitude isn't helping anything.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Tell me more about the thing that brought me back to life.
I'd like to know more about the Lazarus Project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The elusive man was. If I was running the show, would have done a few things differently.
Like?
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip. But the elusive man wouldn't allow it. He was afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
I'm glad he decided that.
I'd say I like the idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The elusive man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
What do you know about Freedom's Progress?
Can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones.
A lot of mechs in this
Average
game.
almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any idea what's there?
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
That's funny. Tell more about you.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
Wanted more than your resume.
I was trying to get to know you as a human being.
I'm not looking for a friend, Shepard. Stay focused on the mission.
Fine then. Who trained you?
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
No. The elusive man recognized my potential and recruited me at a young age.
How old were you?
Old enough to know this is what I wanted.
Alright, well.
It's obvious
Thanks.
you're not interested in talking.
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
I got renegade points for that, but I got 8 Paragon points for it. So
I'm glad the elusive man convinced you to join us, Commander.
I didn't join Cerberus, but the colonists need help.
I just want to find out what happened to those missing people. I still don't trust Cerberus.
No.
You're here.
Do you trust me, Commander?
I do trust him. He's Alliance. He didn't shoot me in the back when I saw him. And he was completely honest with me. So, yeah, I do trust him.
You're a good man, Jacob. But you might be working for the wrong people.
Maybe. But I thought the same when I was with the Alliance. That's why I'm here now.
Tell me about that.
You said you served in the Alliance.
5 years in total. Stationed all over the galaxy. Even spent a couple of years as a Corsair.
How's that?
I've never heard of the Corsairs.
It was an Alliance initiative. They hired independent starship captains and used them for missions that fell outside of
Black
official
Ops.
Alliance jurisdiction. Technically, we weren't part of the Alliance. If we ever got caught, they could disavow any knowledge of us. We were supposed to be free from restrictions and rules. There was still enough red tape to sink a cruiser. I finally just gave up.
So why'd you join here?
Why did you join Cerberus?
I guess I just got tired of never making a difference. So much of what we did in the Alliance seemed pointless. I thought things would change after the attack on the Citadel. Humanity was finally invited to join the Council. Nothing changed. Politics, bureaucracy, same bullshit, different leaders. Cerberus is different. When colonies go missing, we don't commission a team to write a report to figure out what the hell to do about it. We just go and find out.
Speaking of which...
Do you know anything about this colony we're going to?
It's called Freedom's Progress. Don't know much else. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Well, let's get there.
That's all for now.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Alright, and that's how missions work in this game. And it tells you everything that you get at the end. So I got a level, got 2 squad points. So yeah. Import bonuses. You received following... Oh, so it's anything past level 50, I guess. It scales it on what it is. So that's everything you get for level 55 character. You get another 100,000 credits for importing a Mass Effect. Oh, a rich Mass Effect character. Never read that before. This is the bonus for beating the game twice. Oh, I didn't realize it was a bonus. And so yeah, because I've beaten the game twice, I get more experience, and that's how I keep all my heavy ammo. And yeah, and that's how many credits I got. So yeah, Cerberus will always give you the amount of credits you find on the mission. So you always get double of what you find, which is pretty cool. Get used to these loading screens. They're very common. I need to take my belt off. Food.
We should be there shortly, Shepard. The elusive man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
Tell me about the other colonies. What happened there?
What did you find at the other colonies?
Nothing. No signs of attack, no corpses, not even a trace of unusual genetic material to give us a clue. They just disappeared. We've got no target to go after.
And how do you feel about taking orders from me?
Are you sure you'll be comfortable following my orders?
We didn't bring you back from the dead just to second guess you, Commander. If the elusive man says you're in charge, you're in charge.
Odds of us finding anything.
What makes you think this investigation will turn up anything new?
At other colonies, official investigators got there first. Sometimes looters or salvage teams as well. We're hoping to be the first ones there this time. Maybe find clues before somebody else disturbs the scene.
Alright, well, if we find anybody, they're first priority.
Our first priority is to look for survivors.
That's unlikely, Commander. No one was left at the other colonies. They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
It's snowing. So even though I just unlocked fire, I'm going to be using electricity bullets because I think, pretty sure it's mostly, ooh. Alright, let's switch to that. So yeah, I could use all the weapons. Oh, and the best thing about Mass Effect 2 versus 1, a sniper rifle that actually is like a sniper rifle. I can actually use it. Also, cool thing about this is it keeps weapon ammo mods between switches, so I can go back to the sniper rifle and it'll still have electricity on it. Alright, let's set you to overload. So I'll be using this Avenger for a while until I get my single shot gun. Or not a shotgun, but it is a single shot rifle that is just way more fun and way more accurate.
Looks like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
The other thing that I loved about this game is, well, the level design is still pretty blocky. It's a lot, they had a lot more to work with, thus they were able to make just more varied types of levels.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, no signs of battle.
Alright. Robots!
Hear that? Sounds like Fenris next.
Strange. Security systems were disabled at the other colonies.
On our right.
Back off!
Shoot them before they take out your shields.
The doggos! Doggo. Ah!
Here we go.
Yeah! I've got him. Right.
That one hit.
Those mechs shouldn't have been hostile. They should have recognized us as human.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I just don't like the spread on this thing is just too much for me. That's why I like the single shot better. Let's see what we got. Alright, 2,000 credits. We got ball, clamp, ball, clamp, arrow, tootsie roll, and arrow. Easy peasy. Alright, moving on.
We've been spotted.
Have a nice trip!
You done? The ragdoll physics are a lot funnier in this game too, just because they'll float like that and then just fall. Quarians.
Stop right there!
Praza, you said you'd let me handle this. Wait, Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... you're alive?
Remember when I gave you that Geth data tally?
Eh?
Did it help you complete your pilgrimage?
Yes, it did. Praza, weapons down. This is definitely Commander Shepard.
Why is your old commander working for Cerberus?
Good question.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask.
I nearly died, Tally. Cerberus spent 2 years rebuilding me. They want me to investigate attacks on human colonies.
Likely story. No organization would commit so many resources to bring back one soldier.
You haven't seen Shepard in action, Plaza. Trust me, it was money well spent.
Tali knows what's up.
Perhaps we can work together. We're here looking for a young Quarian named Vitor. He was here on pilgrimage.
Isn't that a little strange? A Quarian visiting a remote human colony?
Quarians can choose where they go on pilgrimage. Vitor liked the idea of helping a small settlement. He was always nervous in crowds.
She means that he was unstable. Combine that with damage to his suit CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
Yeah.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
We should team up then and find him.
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the
I
colony.
love Tali.
We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Cerberus hate on this side is really hard.
People really don't like Cerberus. What did I miss?
They killed our people, infiltrated our flotilla, and tried to blow up one of our ships.
That's not how I'd have explained it exactly. It was nothing personal.
We can argue over who killed who later. Right now, we've got a job to do.
Jacob's like, this isn't helping.
We work together to get to Vitor.
Sounds like a plan.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. Whatever happens, it's good to have you back.
Like, you're not dead. Like, the world, the galaxy is now literally a safer place because I'm here.
Be careful, Shepard. There's a squad of security drones up ahead.
Thanks for the warning. We'll take care of it. Eyes ahead!
Ah! Hey. Sometimes enemies have loot on them, but it's pretty rare. Ball, ball. Arrow, clamp, clamp. Tootsie roll, and arrow. Move out of the way, guys.
Use overload on him.
Moving right back.
You're done! Drop.
So yeah, when they have shields like that, they can't be hit by biotics. But they can be hit by overload. Overload actually does like straight up damage to them now.
Target down.
If they're robots. If they just have shields, it just removes shields.
Squad rushed on ahead. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. They want to find Vitor and take him away before you get here.
We should have expected this.
Come on. We can still catch them.
They're probably gonna get themselves killed. Rushing ahead and going off mission generally doesn't end well for anyone. Looks like this was a mining colony.
There we go.
I've got him. I'll put him down.
I love that the game has like the positional audio.
Vitor reprogrammed the heavy mech. It's tearing Plaza's squad apart.
They did want to get to Vitor first.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors.
Okay.
We'll take cover by the doors. Shepard, you take point.
Right.
Heading to cover.
It's the only time you have to do that. You have to put them in their points for
Take point,
Tali to.
Shepard. We'll cover the door.
Yep, for Tali to do this. Oh, that's a big mech. Yeah, it's a big mech. Ruh-roh. Ooh. Well, that's just not very nice. It has a rocket launcher! Damn, they're getting their asses
That
beat.
mech's got heavy armor plating. Those Quarians never stood a chance.
This is going to be one tough son of a bitch to take down.
But it has shields, so we'll do that. Once we have warp available, pull and warp actually do decent damage to armor. And fire also does a lot of damage to armor too. So, yeah, ooh. Get her back up. And now he blows up. That dude was a bitch on the harder difficulties. It takes forever to kill him. Alright, now we loot everything until we go to where we need to go. Ooh, power cells. Power cells is where you find stuff like that. Heavy weapon ammo. Tootsie roll, tootsie roll. Oh, okay. Arrows. Clamps. Tootsie rolls on the bottom. Tootsie roll. And circle. You also have a limited amount of time to choose the second one after you've picked the first one. So you have to either guess or know which way to go.
This looks interesting.
More heavy weapon ammo. Oh, that's right. That's how you increase heavy weapon ammo. Nothing out here. Here's Tolly.
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard.
Okay.
He's probably somewhere in the back of the loading bay.
Anything over there? No. Okay. Let's go talk to Vitor. Hey, saw something. Oh, it must have been that. Never mind. Oh yeah, the new way of doing Paragon things.
Safe from swarms. Have to hide.
You can affect cutscenes now.
No swarms. No.
If you want to. I'll show you.
Vitor?
In a moment.
No, Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
So...
Have to hide. Max will protect.
So those will go away, and you don't have to do them.
You're human. Where'd you hide? How come they didn't find you?
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
We weren't here when that happened.
We're not survivors, Vitor. We just got here.
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
It's the bad guys!
Is that some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay.
Whatever that is.
Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
Ooh.
The Collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you. Then the monsters take you away.
How'd you avoid them?
Why didn't the collectors take you?
Swarms didn't find me. Monsters didn't know I was here.
The Collectors aren't known for being careless. Maybe his Enviro suit kept him from showing up on their sensors.
Or they were using technology
I think it's
specifically
what-
designed to detect humans.
I think
Only
that's
human colonies
more
have been
likely.
hit.
Collectors probably knew he was there, but... Well, maybe they didn't know he was there just because they didn't... They were specifically looking for humans.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds. Machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you. Then they sting you. Freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
Tell me more about these aliens.
I want to know more about the collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
More importantly, why are they abducting human colonists? What are they after?
Miranda asked the harder questions.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and and then they left. The ship flew away, but they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
Thank you, Vitor.
We appreciate what you told us. You were very helpful.
I studied them, the monsters, the swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic, dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come.
Hold. Pump your brakes, Miranda.
What? Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
Vitor goes with Tali. You should join us, Tali.
You don't have to take Vitor and go. We could work together, just like old times.
I want to, but I can't. I've got a mission of my own.
She's busy.
It's too important for me to abandon, even for you. When it's over, and I'm still alive, we'll see what happens.
Eh, she probably won't tell me what it is anyway. Vitor goes with Tali.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tali will give us the Omnitool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders.
Damn right.
Good luck out there. If I find anything that can help you, I'll let you know.
We're ready for pickup.
That's creepy. Collectors. Very bug-like.
Shepard.
It's my favorite part of the game.
Progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vitor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
Having friends is not a bad idea.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat. But more importantly, you confirm the collectors are behind the abductions.
Seems like you already knew that.
Why do I get the feeling you knew about them already?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The collectors are enigmatic at best. They periodically travel to the terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrive, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the collectors.
Alright, what the hell is this Omega-4 relay?
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Fine. Why are they looking for us?
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans
They want us for something.
Why not just kill them?
What are the collectors getting from these deals?
The collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or abnormalities. They pay slavers and work groups exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
You're keeping
You're
something.
holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
The patterns are there, buried in the data. The Council of the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign.
Fair.
You and I
But you're
know
dodging the question.
I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
I need people.
If this is a war, I'll need an army, or a really good team.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team.
Well, I had a good team.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved
Now we
on.
find out what happens to everybody doing.
Changed.
Where's Garrus?
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
Gone to ground, huh? Caden?
Where's Caden Alenko?
He's still with the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. His file is surprisingly well classified.
Rex?
Where's Erdnot Rex?
He returned to Chichanka.
Ah.
He hasn't gone off-world in over a year. He's trying to unite...
He's trying to help, finally! Tali's back.
What about Tali? She already helped us on Freedom's Progress.
That was unexpected. I need more intel before I would.
And what about Waifu?
Where's Liara Tisani?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker. If so, she can't be trusted.
You say that.
Okay, I get it. They're not available.
You're a leader, Shepard. You'll get who you need.
I'm also a Spectre.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the Council to help us out.
If you think you could convince them, by all means. Just remember, you've been gone a long
It's like, if you could get that power back, go. All the more power for you. Let's get going.
You worry about the collectors. I'll make sure my team's ready.
Good. Two things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Souls. He's a brilliant scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing seeker swarms.
And the second thing?
Sounds good. What else?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's one of the best. Someone you can trust.
Joker!
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking. I saw you get space.
Right?
Lucky. A lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the elusive man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this.
Get goosebumps every time.
Last night.
Like, as a Star Wars fan, I love the Millennium Falcon. It's one of my favorite ships of all time in sci-fi. But the Normandy SR2 is my favorite ship of all time. She's just beautiful. And she's bigger. She's almost cruiser size.
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
So good! Normandy. Massive ship. We'll get to meet all my... There's so many good characters on this ship. She's a big ship. I think they're gonna say it's like she's twice the size as the original Normandy. Level up. Mission summary. Got some heavy weapons. 19th. Very nice. Also, it's not always double, but they do give you a lot. So, close report. So those resources that I mentioned that I got earlier on, that's how you upgrade your ship, and so you get better shielding. So also you upgrade your guns. It's basically essentially how you upgrade everything. We get to meet an amazing character that... Character is an interesting word to put her as. And as a new captain, I gotta walk my ship. Kept the CIC the same.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to
This is
protect
my
us.
ship. It's a good point.
And without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Who are you?
I am Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Oh, Joker's not gonna like this.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
Anyone else I should meet?
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination.
Same as
from the
before.
Galaxy map and the CIC, and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts.
I should say,
Come find us
it's not
if
the
you
same as
have
before.
questions.
Galaxy map. Private terminal. That's how you get side missions and stuff like that. Armory, it's where you can adjust your weapons. And the elevator. But it's a loading elevator, so we don't have to sit and just wait forever. And Captain's Quarters. Captain's Quarters is cool. You get your own deck to yourself. Yeah, the tech lab. I get it. Though I can't go into the tech lab until... Alright, I need to go to the restroom real quick. I will be right back. And I am back. So what I was saying about the tech lab is, and for the ship in general, as you get more crew, more of the ship opens up, because basically the spot where that person resides on the ship doesn't become available until you get them, for the most part. So stop the collectors, Master Thief, the Veteran, Citadel, Professor, Warlord, Archangel, and the Convict. And here's the side missions. Normandy crash site. It's a fun little bit. Here we go.
With elaborate secrecy, Cerberus labored for years to build a new, superior Normandy.
Superior.
The vehicle's many alterations produced a craft nearly double the original size, requiring an even larger Tantalus drive core to compensate. The new Normandy features greater space in living quarters, research laboratory, observation deck, and cargo bay. Its shuttle can make landings the Normandy cannot attempt. In addition to tight beam communicators, Normandy's Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC, provides instantaneous contact
wherever in the
radiation
galaxy.
bands.
It's really cool.
The Enhanced Defense Intelligence AI coordinates many of the ship's combat functions, assisting and even supplanting human piloting. Potential upgrades are numerous. The airframe could support additional armor and an axial mass accelerator. The thrusters could support recent advances in fuel technology beyond H2O2 chemical rockets. And the hull can mount double the standard number of kinetic barrier projectors, leaving space for stronger shields, easily sustainable via the new ESO.
Basically, it's telling you, you could upgrade this ship a lot. Send your ammo. Alright, let's walk the ship. Let's let the journal update real quick, though. Actually, let's walk up to the front. Oh yeah, all doors just open when you get near to them, too. It's so nice. Very Star Trek. Get a little closer to the mic. There we go. Kasumi. Also, people just talk too randomly, so it's you want to like sit down, or not sit down, but. Ooh. Codex. Different things. So like, where is it? Shutter control. You can close the viewports, which I think is really cool.
Attitude roll 35.10, pitch 64.18, yaw 10.28.
Thanks, Joker. And now, Joker gets to.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats.
Leather
Military
seats.
may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
Reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
Enjoy it, Joker. If we're stuck here, we might as well let them pamper us.
Does it breach uniform regs if I get that on a cruise shirt? Because this is my favorite you have no choice ever.
Technically, this is a civilian ship. Probably lucky you're still wearing pants.
Yeah, I'll save that for the off-hour cameras. Have an AI watch me 24/7.
Have an AI watch me 24/7.
Commander.
How are things up here?
I assume everything's going well up here?
I really want to.
There's a lot more times to talk to people.
Trim up the drive output, and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
It's got a mute.
If you don't want to hear it, turn the damn sound off.
Well, it doesn't change anything. It's still watching.
Still watching.
Like some creepy kid staring at the back of your head in comp side. You just want to punch him, but he's special and he sets fires or something. Okay, a little too far there, but you know what I mean.
That sounds a bit personal.
Your problem, not mine.
Thanks. I'll remember this.
Tell me about the mission.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. As for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
So that's what you asked to get the feeling of what we need to do to the Normandy, and basically you could ask him what he feels about each of your companions by picking this one, depending on what mission or depending on who you just brought with you on the last mission.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Yeah.
Ever think about
those don't change either.
The trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
You probably have a better idea of what happened to everybody.
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
So, also another nice thing is once they get to a point that you can't talk, I think. No, in this one they still go into like a little one-on-one. In 3, once they're done talking and they don't have anything else new to say for the time being, it doesn't let you go into the conversation anymore.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know about you.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Your job.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Additional functions?
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed. Some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Cyber warfare?
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields.
That's handy to have.
I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary multitasking. This
A
is
VI
ability can
probably
only be
could,
filled
though.
by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Yeah.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization. Let's put it out there.
I love Joker. Joker has so much more, like I think I love Joker in the first game because it was Seth Green, and Seth Green's just a funny actor. This game made Joker funny, not just Seth Green being funny. Like this game actually made Joker feel like a character finally, instead of just your pilot.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Uh-huh.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Talk about you.
I want to know more about
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Where are you?
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Alright.
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
It's a very robotic way of answering that. How about you and Joker?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Let's discuss something else.
Alright.
Ready.
Tell me more about Cerberus.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
Building
How
Normandy?
did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
A block?
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Alright. What about resources?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
And I'm guessing Cerberus itself is going to be that too.
Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
How many souls are there?
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block
of
that
course.
prevents me from answering that question.
Alright. Thank you.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Alright. Let's go say hi to the ship's counselor. So yeah, like this is the tech lab right here, as the sign says, but I can't go in there.
A scientist is required to use the technical laboratory.
There we go. Let's do the private terminal
Welcome
first.
aboard, Commander.
Or if you're going to talk to me, let's talk.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers.
Kelly!
I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Now, I'm going to be flirting with her a lot, just because Kelly's fun, and it, in a way, it'll help keep her around as the story progresses. Also, I'm not going to romance anybody this game because Liara is off on her own thing, and I don't feel the need to.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
How's the crew doing?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
I want to know about you.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Let's see. What do you do here?
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Sounds like a VI's job.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You're a ship's counselor.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Good to have you.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
Are you happy here? Or what do you think of Cerberus?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Does Cerberus hate aliens?
Sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
You're very loving.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Does it make you happy?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Well, that's because you're with Shepard. Shepard doesn't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Well, I might
do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
No.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
So yeah, Kelly is just she's technically your assistant for the ship. Like she said, she's the yeoman, and she's the ship's counselor, and so you get to talk to her a lot. And she lets me know when other people. She also lets me know when other, when my companions have something important that they have to say too. Alright, team status. So this is how you can. You have this many companions in the game, by the way. You can only have 2 of them at a time, so if you want to get the experience with them, you basically want to use them. Alright, so also when you do their loyalty mission, they get another outfit. In case me showing off the DLC with the alternate outfits discourage people, the only way to get another outfit is to buy it. Every character has a secondary outfit once you do their story mission. So you can make just the people that have DLC outfits have more than just 2. So, I like Miranda's story mission because it's basically the reverse of this, where it's the black body with the white arms instead of the white body with the black arms. And Jacob doesn't have it. Yeah, I don't think Jacob has an alternate upgrades. So you can look at all your stuff. Unread messages. This is the cool stuff. Look at all this shit. This is also where the DLC gets notified. So message from Anderson. On the off chance the rumors are true and you're actually alive, I need you to talk. I need to talk to you. Alright. Mark is red. Deal with go find Zaid on Omega. MSV Rosalie. Project Firewalker. Animal Hackett. Commander Shepard, our scans of the Amana system have turned up something that we thought you should see. The final wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you, but we have also an ulterior motive. There are basically there's 20 crew members that are unaccounted for, and the mission is to find all their dog tags. DLC, story mission, Overlord. Won't be doing that for a bit. Arc projector DLC, Kasumi, gun meter on the Citadel, Matlock heavy rifle. This is my favorite gun, and I'll be using that for most of the game. Plasma shotgun, capacitor helmet, phalanx pistol, DLC, all the DLCs. Alright, archive messages. And also doing all of this is a achievement, but you only have to do it the one time. But yeah, so now that I've read those, the story missions or the side missions will update in my journal. Had to find the word there for a second. Choose loadout. Alright, Shepard. So, 2 options. And this is my favorite gun. It's a single shot. I think it has 16 rounds in the magazine, and it's just more strong. It's if you don't want a rapid fire assault machine gun, this is your bet. So, Eviscerator is always good. So the two different. This is 6 shots. This is like 6 shots, I think, and it has I don't know if that's reloaded after every shot. Yeah, no, this one has 6 shots and it only has 1 in the chamber. It only has 1 in the chamber at a time. This is a rapid fire sniper rifle, so basically a burst fire because it does like 3 shots. Yeah, it does burst fire. I don't like it very much. There's a better sniper rifle I'll get throughout the game, but this one I'll use for the most part. I'll use the phalanx pistol. Because it's better, and then grenade launcher. So these are DLC guns. I have to find like 2 more. I have to do like 2 more missions before the rocket launcher is unlocked, which is fine. But so we'll just have the grenade launcher for right now. Though this thing's freaking great. Like I didn't like this one very much because it's kind of like a chain lightning gun. This one just it essentially gives you, it's a black hole gun. All right. Jacob only has 2 options. But we'll give him that and that. Miranda. There's not very many SMGs in the game. You do get a better one from Kasumi's mission, I believe. So we'll be getting that one once we get it. Alright. They're all set. Here's where you could look at all your weapons that you've accumulated. But we're talking to Jacob.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
Yeah.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the
Maybe.
man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
I'm glad,
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
glad someone like him is around me, though, because he understands Cerberus isn't the best people. He wants to do good. He's just more willing to blur the lines every once in a while.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
You can flirt with him if you want, and I've had him be my romantic interest, and it's all right. But he's not the main person I would romance in this game. We'll find that person later. Talk to Jacob again.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already?
Yeah.
I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
All right. More official stuff. Tell me where.
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped the Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel.
That was the mobile game that they put out a long time ago. I never played that one.
Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? The good deeds like pissing yourself in dark pants? One feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Good. That's the thing about being a spy or someone in like espionage. Like you could probably do a lot, but you can't talk about it. And you have to be comfortable with the fact that you just knowing that you did something good is enough.
How we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
Tell me about the crew.
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
And that's how you can find out, like, basically by talking to everybody, they'll tell you what you need to get, like, to make sure that you don't die.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Because one of the big selling points about this game was basically, oh yeah, you could see the core from up here, which is really cool. The end of this game is essentially a suicide mission, and depending on what you do throughout the game, there is a chance that you could be dead at the end of it. And if that's the case, you can't import your save to Mass Effect 3. You literally have to start from, not scratch, but an alternate timeline, essentially. And granted, your goal is to keep everybody alive, but that might not be possible. And sometimes it is up to RNG. You can do your best, but it really sucks when it just goes bad.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Elusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
That sounds very useful.
Is used everywhere.
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one linked to each world.
Quantum entanglement is so cool. Basically, the science behind it is if you have a quantum entangled pair, which is basically two atoms that have become quantumly entangled, whatever happens to one of those atoms will happen to the other atom, regardless of distance. So if it's on this side of the universe and the other side of the universe, and this atom decides to move up, for example, the other atom will also move up the same distance in the same direction. So, knowing that, you can create a computer using a quantum pair of essentially whatever it does, whatever the computer tells it to do, it will then do it on the other side, thus instant communication processes. You'd also do it with like certain computers, but obviously communication is probably the most easiest way of getting this to be transferred, because instant communication everywhere with no lag is amazing.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
There's just so much cool tech that they introduce that's based on real science, and that's why like EZO is stretching it because EZO's a MacGuffin, but the quantum thing is stuff that we're working on right now and trying to get to working.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Have I? No, I haven't. You are a liar. Alright. So, let's go check out my room first. Then we'll go check out the rest of the ship. See, look how big the ship is! Edie, tell me about my room.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste. That said, this space is directly under the exterior pressure hull. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
I have a moonroof to space! It's so freaking cool. So I have music. I also have my armor. Did you have I got anything new? No. Nope. 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 Okay. I have a bathroom. I can flush the toilet. Look in the mirror. It's also where you can... Oh yeah, you look at all my achievements. And if you look there, depending on who you romance, your waifu or husband will be there. And I have waifu because Liara is the best. And then same as down below. So yeah, this is Captain's Quarters, which is really, I love that having them. It also makes like setting up like personal moments that you story wise to have with Shepard has a decent place to do it instead of just randomly out in the ship. So let's go to crew quarters, where Miranda is, among other people. The crew deck. So here's crew quarters with people.
She's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
Like, everyone on this crew is very devoted to saving humanity, and that's the way they're painting Cerberus, especially after Cerberus being a terrorist organization in the first game, where everyone here is here. They're here for the right reasons. They're just with the wrong people.
The starboard observation deck is closed until needed.
Women's restroom, which you can go in. 3-person shower. It's a very intimate shower. 2 toilets. And so here's life support.
Access to life support is restricted. The port observation deck is closed until needed. Shepard, the women's restroom is on the starboard side of the ship.
Shh. All right. Let's go check out the med lab. Dr. Chakwas!
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
It's good to see you.
Nice to see a familiar face, Doctor. I feel the same. I wish more of the original crew could be here. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not
But
you,
I'm Shepard.
Welcome back, Shepard.
Need anything? Look like you're pretty
Do you have
good.
everything you need? I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll find one.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle. Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns.
I had a lot of money before. I'm good. Why'd you leave?
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now? After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed
She's a
at
ship
the Mars
doctor.
Naval Medical Center. A very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Need to fly, eh?
Colonial military life isn't for you? I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission
She's a combat
would bring.
doctor.
I'm used to the hum of engines.
Makes sense.
The creaking of bulkheads. That subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static. Too boring.
I can get that. Why'd you join Cerberus then?
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor. I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race.
And that's how
I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus
most of my
will be
companions will see
ethical.
it.
I trust you, Commander.
What do you give our odds?
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that? I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
That is what a doctor feels like. Like, she's done a lot. She wants to do more, but she's ready to go if it happens, and she knows it can cut. And because she's a combat doctor, she knows it could happen at any time. And for me, Shepard just like I think that's why Shepard and Chalkwest get along so well, is because they both have the same mindset when it comes to protecting and their own lives.
I'll see you later, Doctor. Commander.
Yeah. So robotic when they move around. Oh, that's right. That's the third game. Hey.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Aw, you don't want me to see your body, Edie?
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
The crew is so alive in this game.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. As Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Need any supplies?
Have everything you need?
Yeah, make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
Sounds like a honorable goal.
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
Give me a list. I'll do it.
That way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Tell me what you do here.
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
You're a janitor and cook.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals?
I wash my hands most of the time. This ain't no luxury.
Everyone has such character in this game.
Your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I
it's one of the reasons I fell in love with it.
Through the cracks.
Like they just it's all sprinkled in there that doesn't need to be there, because I mean the first game got through without you caring much about the crew. I mean look at Jenkins.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
Alright, well is that why you joined?
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference.
Lost everything.
I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help. Be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
He wants to be useful because his family was killed by Batarians.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
And I think this is Miranda's office. Yes, it is. Hey, Miranda. What's up?
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I want to know more about you. Or, well, tell me more about the elusive man.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background.
He's stinky.
And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Alright. Tell me...
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific. But we're
the preservation
all
of
working towards the
humanity.
same goal. We keep our ranks and structure similar to the Alliance. lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
If it needs to be done, they do it.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment.
It's a lot of money.
And a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
No pressure. And their goals?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus' long-term goal?
The
Rise
advancement
up.
of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
Guessing the loose man's in
Those
charge.
organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Tell me more about you.
Yourself, Miranda.
Well, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I made the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You're genetically modified?
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that
For a
some of the best
human.
training and education
I love
I
she's
combine.
humble about that.
Well, it's pretty impressive, really.
You're cocky.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations.
She was made to be a super assassin,
And it's why I
I
was
guess.
assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
Alright.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
So I need to talk to you one last bit. To explain something else.
Commander, what can I do for you?
So when you once you progress through the game, there'll be another thing that says Normandy upgrades, and every companion has something that can add to the ship. That is what you really want to spend all your resources on, because those are the important bits.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
And she's also my XO,
What
I
exactly
believe.
are your duties aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the elusive man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the elusive man, updating our status.
I'll let you work.
Alright.
Of course, Commander.
Alright. Okay. That's that. And battery is closed at the moment. We need a gunman. Now we head down to engineering. Where we get to meet two of my favorite characters. Here's our cargo bay, and there's our drop shell. So both of this cargo is closed.
Access to this room is currently restricted.
And that room is closed. So basically, there's the sub deck to the engineering, where a person will be eventually, and then there's main engineering, which is right above us. We'll head there right now. Engineer Donnelly and Engineer Daniels.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
Shape up! No, I'm not a hard ass. Especially, this is a civilian ship, and Shepard knows that.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
I love it. We got a Scotsman and a frickin' chick from Brooklyn. I love it.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. A just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What's the issue?
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
And that's how you condense information down.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
You seem like Alliance.
Where'd you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
But you left the Alliance.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
How nice.
Respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
Seems to be the common theme of everybody. Gabby, why'd you join?
How'd you end up with Cerberus, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and Normandy is state-of-the-art.
She's got a beautiful engine.
I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
How'd they come to you, Jen?
How'd you get an offer to join Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you.
That's why I like him.
Back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
He's a super fan, and he was willing to put his career on the line to uphold it. I respect that.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
And he's working under Shepard, so...
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you she would.
God, I love them. It's a big-ass Mass Effect core. So yeah, that is my favorite ship. And we'll explore it more as we move on and continue the story. But now, I think it's time to press on and go get Moradin. And do a little exploring on the ship, or in the show how the galaxy map works. And I'll go and harvest some planets and show you what that's like. Oh, really? So, this is how it works now. Now you actually have full control of the Normandy. You don't use fuel here. You do use fuel if you go outside the system, but you could always come to the fuel depot. All right, and fill up, which I'll be doing a lot. It's also now you can know how much you've missed in a planet, because that 40% up there shows you how much of this solar system you've explored. And every time you go to a planet, it also lets you know what planets you haven't harvested yet, because generally when you find a planet, so this is a moderate planet, and I'm not going to do it. Essentially, that graph on the other side over there tells you how much material is on a said planet. So like this has a lot of iridium. If I were to launch a probe, like so,
Probe away.
I got...
Research projects. Iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
And then we got palladium.
Probe launched. In research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
Might as well.
Probe launched.
So right now it says moderate. So now it just because now it's poor because there's not much left on this planet. So there won't be probably any big spikes left, or there'll be. This might be one, if not second to last big spike.
Launching probe. In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
Let's see.
Probe away.
The planet will say depleted once you get everything that you can. Alright, let's see.
Probe away.
Let's get it down to depleted. Nope, still good. And obviously the graph shows you like how much of each type you're likely to find on said planet. And so like there.
Probe launched.
And like one of the upgrades you'll get later on is like a faster move this around faster and carry more probes. Because right now I can only hold 30, and eventually I'll be able to hold 60. See, now it's depleted, so this planet is done. So another reason I remember when we were playing the first game, I was hitting B to back out of the planets because it is B in this game. But I'm not going to scan any more of the planets. I'm just going to do this so I can get credit for it. And generally the different, like, I've noticed that, like, greener planets, so planets that have oxygen atmospheres, generally have more EZO. So, like, this is a rich planet. This will have a lot of spikes. So, like, we'll have...
Probe launched.
I generally just try and scan it as we go around. And I try and just circle the planet once.
Probe away.
And try and get everything I can. I also generally don't go for the smaller spikes unless I have to. I'll always try and just get big spikes like that.
Launching probe.
But as you can see, this is the tedious part of the game. And you don't have to do it. You just won't be able to... And you'll be able to upgrade your ship for the most part. Especially if you import a character. You could do a fair amount with what they gave you already. But generally I like to get it up to around the 100,000 range. Which is totally easy to do. You just have to... It takes time and going around all the... Because there's... Unlike Mass Effect 1, where only certain planets in the solar system you could do anything with besides just scan for one thing, every planet in Mass Effect 2 can be scanned and this done too. So you can always go and find something.
Launching probe.
So yeah, that one's... Now it's moderate because I completely skipped good from rich because I'm only doing like the big spikes, and so the jumps are happening a lot faster. So it went from normally it's rich, good, moderate, poor, depleted. So like we're almost done with this planet as we've gone around. And if I haven't hit depleted by the time I've done a full circumference of the ship or of the planet, I generally do one more like quick go around just for like spots like this where it's like I probably could get something there, but there should be one more spike somewhere. It also rumbles when you're close. Alright, well, it doesn't look like there's any more spikes, but that's essentially the scanning of this game. And you just go buy some more probes. And yeah, let's go do the Normandy crash site real quick. So this is what uses actual fuel. Instead of just picking it and it doing a cutscene, you actually have to fly there yourself, and that's what the actual fuel cost is. It also tells you how much you've explored of each, and it's nice because like sometimes they add more stuff to a solar system and you have to go back to. If you already 100%ed it and suddenly it says like 76%, there's something else you have to go look there. But now we've entered FTL speed and we're flying to this solar system. And you also want to you don't use fuel while you're in the solar system because you're using just normal thrusters, which is nice. I'll just know to come back to the solar system later and scan it all. Really don't want to do it right now. Unless this is... No, this isn't. But I was saying earlier, green planets generally have the most ezo on them. Rocky planets have a lot of platinum on them, and gas giants are better for finding palladium.
An anomaly.
For finding palladium and iridium. So like Edie just said, she detected an anomaly. So even though I know it's on this planet, I still have to find it. So even on missions, you have to search for the beacon. Might as well.
Probe away.
And there it is. And once you fire a probe at it,
Launched.
it backs.
Sensors.
Now you can land on the planet. But I don't want to. There's a lot of resources on this planet. Might as well get some of them. At least until it changes from good. What was that? Nope, nothing good. Just want to look for some big spikes. You can get through most of this game by casually mining every once in a while. As long as you get a big spike every once in a while like that for all the stuff, you'll get a decent chunk of materials.
Launching probe.
Ooh, there we go.
Probe launched.
Yeah, this is the reason I won't be doing most of this on stream though, just because this is I'll be doing a lot of this to get our materials. So don't leave. I should just close scanner. And now we land. And I believe this is a solo mission, so I won't be bringing anybody with me. Normandy. Surprised all this survived the re-entry. So yeah, there's no atmosphere on this planet, or it's not breathable at least. So that's why she's wearing a full EVA suit. Oh yeah, now you can see the new gun I have. And that's why I like this gun. Ah, I hit my mic. Because it's single shot, fires as fast as you pull it, and these are all... Oh, I should probably find that map. I don't want to miss any. Normandy, crash site, dog tags. There's the map. Okay. So, the first one is over here. All the flashbacks. That's at the Citadel. So yeah, placing the monument is how you end the mission. So don't do that until you're ready. Alright, so now we can go over here. There's some EZO. Right around this corner right here. And you know what, here. Let me put this so we just look down. Alright. 2 is in this. 3 is over there by the crew deck. Oh, Ashley. Why'd you have to be such a bigot? Where's that dog tag? There it is. That's 3. There should be another one right here. You know what? I'll put the monument here. You still have to go back to the ship to finish. I normally put it in front of the Normandy hull, but I'll change things up for this one. Now I can technically leave whenever I want, but then I would miss all this stuff. Alright, so now we can jump down here and get 5. Can I not walk down here? Oh, apparently not. There's 5. And 6 is inside where I started the game. These are sleeper modules for long-term traveling. Just interesting. Probably a holdover from the longer space exploration before FTL was invented or acquired, I should say. Right, that's 7. 9 is inside that box. Can't climb that. Can do that one though. Alright, so we got this is 9 and 8 is over here. There's 8. Alright, then 10 is over this way. 10 is right there. Should be some EZO around here too, according to this map. There it is. Got the element 0. And there's one over here by the Mako. Alright, do your flashback. Come on. There it is. Hello, Mako. I miss you. Wish I could bring you with me, but you're probably completely broken. Which is too bad. Dog tag. This is 11. That was 12. There's 13. Galaxy map. I have a much cooler galaxy map now. And this is, I believe, Presley's data pad. Entry 1, unrecoverable data, black. Spoke to the commander about this. I corrupt. All these damned aliens aboard Alliance most advanced warship. I just don't trust them. That damned Asari. I respect that damned Asari. An Aquarian? What does shippers think this is, a zoo? Unrecoverable data, data recovered. With the Quarian, it seems she's on some kind of pilgrimage trying to improve the lot of her home ship. I can understand that. I would blank babysit my children or anything, but if she has to be on board, I suppose it's not too bad. Data unrecoverable. Data recovered. For a while now, and I've been taking a look back at past entries. Unrecoverable. How blind I was at the time. I came onto this ship firmly believing humanity was on its own in the galaxy. Corrupt. Shepard brought all these aliens on board, and there's no way we could have accomplished what we did without them. I'm proud to say, blank die for any member of this crew, regardless of what world they were born on. So, basically, showing Presley that working with other people is generally better than working on your own. Then we can around. Come on. And here we could find my secondary N7 helmet. Because the first one I was wearing. Alright, so can I drop down here? I can. Alright, so there's an escape pod that made it here, which sucks. Because that means the person didn't make it home. Yeah, that's 14. More some EZO. No flashback for the escape pod? Alright. There's 16. 16. Or 15. I missed 15 back here. It's also nice to have biotic ability when you don't have any, just so you can break stuff without wasting ammo. Alright, so 16. There's 18. Skip 17, which should be right there. And then we got 2 more. There's one over here in the cockpit. We're going to have another flashback. Because Joker! But Joker didn't die. Joker's fine. As we've all seen. There's 19. And the last but not least, final one is over here. There should be EZO right there. And the final dog tag. That should be all 20. Cool. And so that's the Normandy crash site. This was a DLC that you get just for getting the Cerberus network. And the Cerberus network is kind of like this. It was kind of like the season pass, but it gave you everything up front. There was like the other 2 DLCs were part of it, but it told you like this is all you're getting. And I believe they added the Arrival DLC to it as well. So if you had the Cerberus pack, you got it. But yeah, I honestly, I think you don't need the Cerberus network to get this mission. I think you just get this. This is just story content they tacked on at the beginning of the game. So mission summary. Got some experience, got some credits, got some EZO, and that's it. So now let's head back to Omega, and we'll finish up tonight by getting Morden. And so I can explore the tech lab and do that before we log off. Morden's mission is a lot of fun. Morden himself is a joy.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Did I? The Alliance is grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you have provided peace of mind to a lot of people, Commander. I thank you on their behalf. Well, that's what I do. They were my crew, after all. It's the least I could do for them. Alright, so Armada is done. So now let's head back to Omega.
Only half our fuel remains.
That's nice. Alright, so here's, oh yeah, and so here's what the galaxy map looks like now. Shows us where all our missions are. There generally aren't any solar systems you can go to that aren't part of the story, except for this, because they let you go home to Earth if you want. You can't go on Earth, but you can go to the solar system at least. So the Serpent Nebula is where the Citadel is. That's where DLC, Krog. That's where Tuchanka is. That's a side mission. All the other side missions, and Overlord. Overlord we won't be doing till later, and neither will we be doing for Firewalker for a while. And here's the Omega 4 relay. We can't do this one. We can't use it yet. It's a hazard beacons all around it. Like, don't come near it. But we'll be going to Omega. Built in a mined-out asteroid. Think Mos Eisley. It's probably the closest I can. Mos Eisley. Yeah, think Mos Eisley. It's that kind of lawlessness. There's rule, but how it's enforced is up to wager. I think this is also where I pick up Zaid, who is he's a pretty good character, and he's pretty good in the third game. I'm just sad that if there's anything, I mean, granted they're not going to be making any more Mass Effects, at least with Shepard is concerned, probably at all. But what sucks is that Zaid's voice actor died, I think, last year or the year before, so he obviously isn't coming back. Oh. Let's do that and warp. Ooh. And I got nothing. Then you get to pick what weapons they have, but I already did that. And so now we move on. And that's how you pick your companions in 2.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
She?
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Relax.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya for keeping an eye on you.
Alright.
Afterlife now.
Friendly.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
So here's the map of Omega. Not as big as you think, but it's big enough.
Please.
You just have to get close. I didn't even push a button.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
How much do you know?
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credit.
So he's good, and he's getting a lot of money to do it. So, I mean, money moves mountains, or it can. Who's your friend?
My contacts told me we're picking up one man, not two.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him, and for my bring him in alive rates even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. You should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
Well, welcome aboard.
Good to have you, Zaid. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me.
Come on.
I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
No, he didn't.
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya and is using their workers for...
Well, that's not very nice.
The company wants it dealt with.
We can do that. So yeah, there's 3 major like mercenary groups that are like the the cannon fodder of the game, who you'd be fighting mostly, besides the collectors. There's the Blue Suns, which are more tech based, and so they have like shields and shit. There's the Eclipse, which is mostly biotics and Asari, and then there's the Blood Pack, which are mostly Krogan and Vorcha, and they're just meat shields.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes.
I love his attitude.
I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink.
Yeah.
I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
So he's down on the engineering deck. Alright. So, before I go talk to Arya in Afterlife, I'm gonna go explore. Yeah, that... That's the other thing about, I always found interesting about Batarians. They're super religious. You don't talk to people for,
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human.
You don't talk to people anymore for their, inventory. Everything's done through a computer. Like, I don't want to deal with you. Computer, you can buy stuff.
What kinds of things do you sell here?
Friendly, salvaged parts. All kinds. Mostly legitimate. With pride.
I love that he has a cigar.
Lowest anywhere on the station. You won't find salvage cheaper than mine.
I have things to do.
Courteously, have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
Alright, so model ship. Yep. Hack module, yes.
Might be useful.
Don't need that. I essentially buy armor for looks at this point, and if I don't need it, I don't buy it. I mean, it's only 4,000, but money does add up eventually. This is a nice one to have on, and it actually shows her face, so I'll probably put that on.
I might have something here for humans. Not much.
And right off the bat, Paragon option.
I'm in the mood to spend some money, but I think I can find better stuff elsewhere.
You won't find a better selection anywhere. Unless you're willing to risk the black market.
Ooh.
I'd rather deal with you than give money to those thieves. You sure we can't make a deal?
Look, I can't compete with the black market. I have to make a profit. I'll do what I can. Don't tell anyone or I'll lose my shirt.
That's fair. Storm speed, Turian cruiser, sniper rifle damage, yes please.
We can use this.
Oh, and alien porn, because why not? Oh, that's the VIP entrance. Can't go that way. I love these radio like messages.
This place. How can these people be left to rot like this?
You don't understand, or you don't want to?
Doesn't really matter.
No. Omega has worked this way for a very long time. No one's changing it now.
Hey, Vorcha. Oh, these guys look fun.
Tell Captain Gavon we not kill anyone today.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know a Captain Gavhorn. Why would I tell him anything?
Trust you. Tell Gavon we know his tricks. We not kill anyone today.
Okay.
I'll just be going.
I not kill anyone today. Tell him.
Vorcha. He disappeared. Okay. Alright, this is the back entrance into the club. Don't want to go that way yet. Let's talk to this dude. Hey, Ken. Your hand's sparking.
Might interest you in some salvage tech. Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
Maybe we can cut a deal.
I buy a lot of parts and equipment. Maybe we can make an arrangement.
Well, you seem like a decent person, but you can't breathe a word if it's a Herrick.
Of course.
Then we have a deal. Maybe I'll at least sell something to you.
What brought a nice kid like you to Omega?
My pilgrimage. What money I had got stolen within a few days.
Sucks to be him.
I decided to sell salvage parts. You can see how that turned out. Harrod's forcing me to sell high, and I can't even afford a ticket off this station.
Tell me about
Why
this
does
guy.
Eric control your prices?
Harrod made me swear not to undercut it, no matter what. He was there first, so it's his right. But no one will buy from me when he's so much cheaper. Can't save enough money for a ticket off the station.
I can pay for it.
How much do you need to get off Omega?
I still need 1,000 credits to pay my way. I couldn't let you do that. This is my mistake on my pilgrimage. It's my
Go home.
Here you go. 1,000 credits. Get out of here.
Thank you. With this, I can
Shepard's a good person. This is why I have a lot of money.
take it right now. Thank you again.
Miranda's face looks really creepy. Alright, what does he have? Hey, the FBA couplings. Awesome. Heavy skin weave. Buy this.
This is valuable.
And buy this. So the way upgrades work is like there are certain upgrades you can't get unless you buy or get the first one first. So now that I have the heavy skin weave, another upgrade will unlock that I didn't have access to before.
Come on, let me in. Ari's expecting me. Ugh.
Annoyed.
Eh.
Go on in. Ari's expecting you.
She's expecting me. You have a problem?
What are you looking at?
Don't you have something better to do than pick fights with people you don't know?
No, just the ones who get in my face.
You see my gun. Do you really want to do this?
Fine. You're off the hook. For now.
For now.
See you around.
Gotta love Batarians. Such nice people. Oh, this is a club. They improved the dancing of the models from the last game. You're all by yourself. I will buy this brandy, though. Hey, bartender. Give me a drink. Give me a drink. Good way of... I think if I drink too much, I will pass out, but I don't want to do that. Got the ice brandy. Arya's upstairs. And look who it is! It's Miss Blake. I'm pretty sure I said I'd kill her next time I see her, though.
Commander Shepard? Is that you? I'd heard you were dead. I'm Helena Blake. We met a few years ago. I don't expect you to remember.
No, I remember.
You removed 2 criminal warlords from power and persuaded me to retire. I'll never forget it.
I told you to straighten up.
And now you're on Omega. Once a criminal, always a criminal, eh?
Oh no, Commander. I retired. I know better than to go back on my word with you.
Alright.
You convinced me to turn my life around. I'm a social worker now, believe it or not.
On Omega?
That seems like a hopeless job in a place like this.
Quite the opposite, actually. This place needs it more than most. Doing the good work in a place like this requires that one understand how things truly work, which makes me...
I mean, to be fair, she knows how criminals think because she is a criminal, so she knows how to make them feel better if they have... But you must have an angle.
And if you skim a little off the top, no one's the wiser, right?
Please, Commander, there's no angle. It doesn't take a saint to see that people here are hurting. I can play Omega's game and maybe do some good around here. That's the only angle.
That's fair. Basically, what I take from that is she knows how Omega works because she's a criminal, but she also knows how to she knows how far she could push herself before she'll get in trouble.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're keeping out of trouble.
Thank you. This is all to your credit, Commander.
I have to go.
Of course. You must have more important things to do.
Something like that. So yeah, that's one of those little things that what I was mentioning in Mass Effect in the first game, where you don't have to do that mission at all, and if you don't have that conversation here. But I did, and now she's here, and just a little bit of fluff for the world. Sounds like a much... Wait, someone to talk to? Oh, I just watched a dancer. Don't need to do that though. There's the back entrance, and now we can do something fun. But I gotta do this first though, because it's Shepard's prerogative. Yeah, Dan Shepard. Dan's like you mean it. Though the woman in front of us, she's getting down. She definitely knows how to party. Give me a drink. Glug, glug, glug. Good alcohol. Deferk! I'm not dead.
Say something, Commander.
What happened?
What's going on here?
You ought to be alright. Just take her easy. Looks like you broke the first rule of Omega. Don't order a drink at Afterlife if you're human.
The Afterlife hates humans?
Humans aren't welcome at Afterlife?
It's just that one Batarian bartender. He's got a stick up his ass about a bunch of Batarians that died a while back. No one does a thing about it, though. Humans ain't exactly held in high regard around here.
So he poisoned me?
That bartender tried to poison me?
Tried is the word. As far as I know, you're the first human to survive it. Me and my friend Jake went there to celebrate our new shipping business. He got real drunk. And an hour later, he was puking blood.
Thanks for the advice.
Noted. Let's get back to work.
Be careful out there.
But we need to go pay a visit to a certain bartender. Because that's not a very nice thing to do to Shepard. Let's go see how he acts when, he sees that his poison didn't work. You, sir.
Do I know you? No,
Playing Renegade on this one is fun just because it's like, no, you fucking drink it.
What do you think these people will do when they find out you're poisoning your customers?
Poisoning what now?
This has nothing to do with you.
Who's next? Turians? You don't like them either, right?
Answer the damn question, Forvan.
You want a piece of me? I'll leave your corpse for the fortune.
Just random character like, fucking poison people? Fuck that guy. And you get Paragon points for killing him. Because you didn't kill him. But, you know, Shepard has a point. How long before the Batarians are like, well, fuck, killed all the humans. We don't like Turians. Start poisoning them, too. Serial killers are all about escalation. The other guy over here, I think, talks. Let's go find that out. Yep, Anto.
You want to talk? Talk to Arya.
Arya! Carrie-Anne Moss, by the way.
Enough.
Stand still.
If you're looking for weapons, you're not doing a very good job. Can't be too careful with dead specters. That could be anyone wearing your face. I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
Arya's pretty badass.
Depends on the questions. You run Omega?
She's a crime lord, to say the least.
I am Omega.
She runs everything. But she runs it like a country, essentially.
But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no titled ruler and only one ruler. Don't fuck with Arya.
So simple enough.
I like it.
My name's also Arya.
If you forget,
Just a different,
Someone.
spelled it differently.
And then I toss your sorry ass out the nearest airlock.
so, what can I do for you?
Tell me about Omega.
So you must know what's what on Omega. Everything that's worth knowing. I don't usually give it out freely. Information is power. Mundane things you can find yourself. Take a walk in a back alley or buy one of the mercs a drink. Better yet, talk to the entertainers. They give great tours.
Oh, I bet.
Just don't waste my time.
You don't really care much
One
about me.
scan and we're straight to business. People are usually more concerned about who I am. Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. You could have been anyone, anything. Whatever
Paranoid,
you
maybe.
need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about you.
And she won't tell me anything about herself. So tell me about Morden.
I'm looking for Morden Solus. Do you know where I can find him? The Solarian doctor? Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you.
Yeah, that explains Morden pretty well.
What can you tell me about him? Used to be part of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. He's brilliant and dangerous. Just don't get him talking. He never shuts up. If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course.
And Archangel?
I'm trying to track down Archangel. You and half of Omega. You want him dead too?
No, I need him.
I'm putting a team together. He's on my list. Interesting. You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel.
Meh.
That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now.
What do you mean?
What kind of trouble? The
What do you
local
mean?
groups have joined forces to take him down. They've got him cornered, but it sounds like they're having trouble finishing him off. They've started hiring anybody with a gun to help them.
Sounds like that might be our ticket in.
They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up.
What groups are after
Which
him?
merc groups are after Archangel? Blue Suns, Eclipse, Blood Pack. They're Omega's major players. Unless they're at war, you'll never see them together. But one thing they hate more than each other is Archangel.
And
Do
you?
hate Archangel? I don't have time for hate. But I distrust them all equally. For now, I'm happy just to let them kill each other.
As long as they don't kill her people.
What can you tell me about Archangel? Not as much as I'd like. He showed up here several months ago and started causing all sorts of problems. If you make your own laws, which everyone here does, he makes life difficult. He's reckless and idealistic. But he seems to know enough to stay clear of me.
He knows not to punch the beehive where it hurts.
I appreciate the help. See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help him. Sounds like I don't have much time to waste. You've got all the time in the world. Archangel? Not so much.
Alright. Well, let's go to Moradin. We'll deal with Archangel next week. Oof. Actually, I may have to stop it now. I think my McDonald's from earlier is not agreeing with me at the moment. So, and we're at 3.5 hours, so it's not that bad. So next week we'll start back up on here on Omega. Yeah, shut up, dude. And then we'll start collecting all of our team members. So I hope everybody had a good time tonight, and everyone will show up again next week. So thanks for joining me at the beginning of one of my, actually not one of my, it is my favorite game of all time, and I'm looking very forward to pushing more with you. And I may even get do some scanning in the meantime. But other than that, I'll catch you all later. Bye.